Alright, y'all, what's going on, man? It's me back again for another one. I was reading the article. I guess this was on Yahoo also on April the 12th. It posted Friday. There was a teacher, substitute teacher in Phillipsburg, New Jersey, and he was trying to do a good thing. There was a student, and I believe it was the lunch line, and the student was the last person in the line. So when a substitute walked by him, he said, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. Well, you know, as you know, that's from the Bible. And the student, he started pressing the guy, man, that's a good quote. Where did you get this from? So the substitute, he told the guy that it came from the Bible. And he asked the student whether or not he had a Bible of his own to read. The student said no, so substitute gives the student a Bible. Well, I guess a little bit further down the line, I guess one of the administrators, maybe the principal or something like that, they straight fired the dude. Can you believe that? They fired the substitute teacher for giving a student a Bible. A Bible. A Bible. We in the United States of America, and people getting fired for giving people Bibles? Come on, man. The dude, and this what gets me, right? Because you could argue separation of church and state and all that other good stuff. The way I understand it, this teacher was not trying to convert this kid to Christianity. He didn't tell the kid, oh man, look, if you don't believe in my Jesus, you going to hell. He didn't say, oh, you heathen, you better read this Bible or you gonna go burn in the fires. He asked him, do you have a Bible? And he gave him one. What's the harm in that? What's the problem? If the dude asked him about a baseball card or a comic book or something, and he said, oh yeah, I got an extra comic book in my car, yeah, you gave him a comic book, wouldn't be no problem. If you gave him an extra quarter for the vending machine, it wouldn't have been a problem. But because he gives him a Bible, now all of a sudden he's breaking some kind of rule. The last I understood, the Bible is a book of stories, right? So if the guy had an extra book of Shakespeare, would he have been fired for giving the student an extra book of Shakespeare? You got a book of, the Bible is full of all kind of stories. Some people look at it as a historical book. Hell, it is a historical book. Some people see it as being a book of, I guess, how do I want to put it? Actually a historical document that states people from history. Other people look at it as a book of, good poems and stories and everything. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what you feel about the Bible. The fact of the matter is, there's no way in the world this teacher should have been fired for giving a student a Bible. That's ridiculous. But it just shows you once again how far we have fallen in America. You got laws going to protect everything except for Christianity. Now, you might want to argue that America was never really founded on Christian principles. That's a valid argument. I'll give you that. But the fact of the matter is, there's no violation of church and state for this man giving this guy a book. He wasn't proselytizing. He wasn't trying to convert the kid. He wasn't doing anything that you, I don't know if you want to call it liberals, but anything that any of you anti-religious folk would deem as being offensive. And it just sickens me, as I always say, that we're living in such a state that we're in right now. Let's be honest, man. There's persecution coming to the church. There's persecution already happening all across the world. It's just in America we live in a bubble, and it makes me angry that we got these weak pastors up there. And I said, we got these pastors that care more about getting your money, trying to make you believe that your income is about to increase fivefold, and money's about to appear out the sky for you. We at a state where the economy is crashing. The world of America, the state of America, the country of America as we know it is being falling to pieces. But we got these pastors up here talking about, oh, it's your best, your season, overflow, and all this other foolishness is coming. You know, I was about to go on my rant about the prophets, all the so-called prophets that's in these churches. But I'm not gonna get into that on this video. Just tripped me out because in the Bible, when the prophets came to town, people were scared and they didn't want to see the prophets because the prophets wasn't bringing no good news. You know, the prophets might do a miracle for somebody who's a believer who was doing right, but they wasn't bringing good news. You know, the kings was trying to get rid of the prophets because the prophets was bringing bad news about how God was displeased with what was going on. But in our churches, you know, you got 7, 8 prophets. The prophets come to town every week talking about how you're gonna have the most millionaires per capita in this church. But anyway, I ain't about to go on that and these fake prophetesses and whatnot. I ain't about to get in on that right now, cause you know, y'all see what's going on in these churches, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's like, man, it's hey. But anyway, I'm not about to get into one of my rants, cause you know, it ain't necessary right now. But they coming, cause they always gonna come, cause it's on my mind and it bubble out. And I hate to see these little fake mega church having pimping the congregation, pimping the pulpits, lying, deceiving, snakes, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then it makes it hard for, you know, people who are really sincere to stay dedicated to the cause when they see the foolishness that these other guys are doing. You know, when you got these pastors who getting half the congregation pregnant and just living a double life, it's real hard to stomach, I'm done, y'all, 'cause I could go forever. Y'all feel me though. I know you feel me. Holla.